Hello, my name is Chris Arnett, and let me tell you a bit about myself as a personal trainer and fitness instructor. I've been a personal trainer for over 25 years now. I've helped train two award-winning natural bodybuilders. I've helped train people from all walks of life to develop their bodies. My greatest memory is of a woman who came to me who could not even bench press 5-pound dumbbells. And when she got a better job and moved away, she was inclining, bench pressing 20-pound dumbbells. That to me was one of my greatest achievements besides training winning bodybuilders. I got into training because I always had a love of working out as a kid. I always used to learn to run. I love to move my body. I love the feeling of my body moving and exercising. I was exercised, what they called back then, they called us health nuts back in the early 70s. I was a health nut. Well, I started in the fitness industry teaching aerobics way back in the 80s after it first became popular. I've been on the cover of several or multiple promotional materials by various companies, and I've taught at what's called the master's class level. Now, what pushed me into this field was a result of a very, very bad car accident that I was in when I was 20 years old. And I had to basically learn how to walk again, only without pain. And I'd do it myself, because I did not have medical insurance back then. Well, one day, while I was studying this new martial art that hit the States, was popularized by Steven Seagal, was part of my own training regimen. It was called Aikido. I was studying it to get my flexibility back. I knew I couldn't take punches back then and do kicks. Previously, before that, I had been in boxing, and I knew I couldn't get into that because of the pain that was in my lower back. My previous goal when I was younger had been to become a martial artist. Well, one day I heard this music coming out of this room over at San City College, where I was actually studying Aikido at. And I went up there after practice one day and saw this black fella teaching a dance class. And as a kid, I'd always wanted to learn how to dance, because I had been told, you can't dance, Chris, by my mom. She always said, you can't, you're like your father, you can't dance. Too much blank blood in you. And stuff like that. So, if you watched my video called Someone's Calling, you'll know what that was about. Well, after watching the class, I signed up and later on met a woman who wanted a male aerobic instructor. Now, when I signed up, I had been overweight from an accident, as I couldn't train for about 4 years, and Aikido was part of my own self-recovery program, as I said. And as I also stated, I didn't have medical insurance back then. And also, I've always hated hospitals and doctors, which is my own thing. No offense to anybody if they're a doctor. Okay? But when I started teaching, I couldn't even count music, let alone move to the beat. And I self-taught myself not only how to do what was needed to be done to teach an effective workout class, but I also got so good at it that I rose up to become a master's level and recognized as a master teacher. For the classes I was teaching, you had to call before the class and reserve a spot. This is how popular I got. When I started, I only had like 2 or 3 students, and it went to a room full of people. Okay? I didn't teach, I taught something called heavy hands aerobics, which was a combination of boxing and martial art moves. Really intense, hardcore workout. But I got so good that I even wrote a book for other instructors in that field. Now, in the later part of the 80s, a new field came out called personal training. And there was a guy who opened up his business within the fitness studio that I was teaching at, called Kinetics back then. Kinetics Fitness Studio. And he decided to move, of all places in the States, to my hometown of Seattle after a girlfriend. She had moved there and he wanted to move there with her. So he offered him his list, which I took, which I didn't actually use. I got my own clients from my own classes, is what it ended up. Because they didn't, when someone has one trainer, they bond with that trainer, I found out. and they don't want anyone else. So I had to build my own business. But I was seeing an older woman part-time at the time, besides these other 3 girls I was seeing, whom bought my first set of bodysmith equipment, and I went into business. And I began to study and read everything on training. I went to Hayward State, first got certified there, then I got certified through the ACE program for personal training and Group X classes. I was already a master's instructor by then, though. So I aced that ACE test, as it's called, American Council on Exercise. That was a joke that was going around back then because I did so well in the test. But I rose up in the training field as well. I mastered the art of personal training and helping clients achieve their fitness goals with weight training over the years. Now flash forward 25 years and here I am. As far as I know, I'm the only trainer in the business who has developed his own exercise audiophile workouts for clients to take on vacation. See, I took my ability at teaching aerobics and fitness classes where music is used and applied that way back in the 80s and early 90s to create and recreate the abdominal workout and butt workout routines that I was doing in my classes back then. Those are highly effective workouts. That old-fashioned butt routine that girls did in aerobics classes, those were bomb workouts. A lot of the industry has gotten away from that. I'm the first person in Sacramento to start doing weight training in my town, to start doing weight training in the middle or in part of your workout and aerobics classes, rather words. So I'm the first instructor to I went and bought my own dumbbells for my students to start doing dumbbell workouts in the middle of or at the end of the aerobic workout routines that we would do. Okay. I'm also the owner of a marketing program for personal trainers, and I've taught trainers how to build websites, create marketing videos and materials, and I'll soon be traveling doing workshops for other trainers in the US of A, starting at the after summer of this year. This is 2012. I'm also an award-winning public speaker, and I've taught at locations besides night school classes, of all places, Borders bookstores, which I believe is now closing down. I am currently also a dating coach, helping troubled young men become stronger males on the planet by helping them not only overcome their dating issues, but also find their purpose in life and live a life of passion and on purpose. I've authored numerous books, video programs, classes, and other materials in this field as well. Basically, I'm an achiever. An achiever. I don't believe in just sitting there looking stupid and doing nothing with my life. So that's my story about me, and I'm sticking to it.